5 seconds remaining.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to more of the Manila Masters coverage brought to you by Beyond the Summit. And here we are, our second series of the day, Warriors Gaming Youth Squad versus Team EVOS. And of course, EVOS, surprisingly that they found themselves this far into the upper bracket after slaying the Warriors Gaming main squad yesterday, who was expected to actually defeat EVOS. So we'll see today whether EVOS can slay another of the WG teams. And of course, introductions, my name is Hades. I will not be alone for this series. Joining me, Mr. PQMZ. Hello, are you there? Hello, are you excited for this series?
Dire team ban.
Alright, but going into this series, is there a team you would favor in particular between the two? No, it's all good.
Remaining.
Oh,
Radiant team ban.
they are. Alright, so there's been more info. Warriors Gaming Youth Squad. Most of these players came from the former Fire Dragoons esports, where they were noted, I believe, in the previous major. They actually made their way up through the open qualifiers, almost made it into the regionals like twice. They basically went the grand finals twice. And here we are. And of course, one who did play for the main WG Unity squad. Now he's the one who's captaining these guys, and they do train and live in the same team house. Of course, being under the same organization. But still, I mean, the highlight of today would probably be Team EVOS, because these guys till now have never really done as well as they have.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So into the draft, Warriors Gaming picking up the Lina. We have seen more Lina mids, especially because of that former level 10 talent. But after the patch, they did kind of swap it around with level 15. Any thoughts on that?
Radiant team pick.
And how do you feel about EVOS picking up the Ursa so early? Mm-hmm.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Yeah, I agree with you, especially regarding the Ursa pick part about holding it to a bit later on. And now it just feels like Warriors Gaming, they have more room to work with in the draft and how they want to play around this Ursa. But EVO's going up the Keeper of the Light. We haven't seen this for a while since the Kiev regional qualifiers, where teams were back then were just basically first picking Coddle and Centaur the whole time. So once Centaur gets a blink, Keeper of the Light just takes over the lane, thumbs up the Ags, very standard stuff. But okay, no, Warriors Gaming going for the third pick into the Weaver. I don't know, it always feels like this hero is like a hit or miss, isn't it?
Radiant team ban.
And not to mention now you have a Clockwork. Wow. Alright, so I mean, one of the good things about this, at least with the Coddle pick already picked early on, you know, Blinding Light, you can just push someone out, so to push the clock out. So at least it's not so bad if your Ursa gets caught within the cogs. But still, it's still very annoying to deal with.
Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
And if anything about EVOS, okay, yeah, they like to pick their
5
mid hero
seconds
last.
remaining.
It's just them. It's just the way they are. So, but I mean, back to your point, would you actually consider they go
Reserve
greedy, like
time.
picking up that Tinker pick? You talked about early game heroes, really strong early game. Would you consider Viper? I think in the previous series going on the mainstream early on, we did see Geek Fan play the Viper, and
Dire
Viper has
team
kind of been, taking these tiny buffs throughout the patches.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
All right.
Reserve time.
Okay.
Radiant team pick.
But if they put the Lina on support, wouldn't that mean the Viper pick would actually seem more viable now? Or actually, you still could go back to the sniper like you mentioned.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Like, I wouldn't mind a sniper pick as well. It's just that when you have hero like Weaver who is able to kind of sneak around to the back line sometimes, and you have Clock who can easily isolate someone at the hook shot, especially when you're playing the visioning game and you somehow find a sniper, it makes things very, very difficult. That's why I was a bit skeptical of the sniper pick.
Puck.
Ah, Puck. Not to mention though, I feel like this game right now, the laning phase is definitely going to pretty much dictate who wins the fix, like the first 15 minutes, and who's going to take towers. And I don't even think they even get an easy time trying to do Roche ever, especially when you have the Clockwork who can always provide rocket flare vision.
Ten seconds remaining.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare for battle.
Okay. And before we get too much, or rather get further on into the game, now introducing the teams on the Radiant side. EVOS from Indonesia, Rams playing on the Puck, Avil playing on the Centaur Warrunner. You have Tuhoi on the Crystal Maiden, Logic playing on the Ursa. You have Lysu playing on the Coddle. Dire side, you have WL gonna be playing on that Earth Spirit. One gonna be playing on the offlane Clockwork. Chuan playing on the OD. Xiang playing on the Weaver. Last but not least, you have Yang playing on the Lina. Alright, so it looks like we had a bit of lag earlier on and back. Okay, into the game. So, okay, just a quick recap. Which team did you say again you would favor in terms of the draft? Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if like WG, the main squad, is just like right behind them, telling them what, like giving them advice on what to do. That could also be something which could contribute to, you know, if they do exceptionally well.
30 seconds to battle.
That's true. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try and boost your volume. I think they can't hear you in the stream. Mm-hmm.
The battle begins.
I was meant to have this.
Jackpot.
It's just usually when you run these kind of like this particular draft with the Centaur and the Coddle, you notice like after a while, even though you have the quick blink, the Coddle doesn't actually stick with the team. Like he basically just split pushes the lane continuously. He's just there to get that eggs. And then within that 4v5 period, WG.Youth squad, it feels like they still are able to fight them head on even with a quick blink on the Centaur. Okay, by the way, we might have to use Skype as a last resort because for some reason OBS isn't picking you up on Discord. That's alright. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I think it's just OBS which is bugging out just a tiny bit. Well, I'll let you know. We'll just give it like one more try. Yeah, OBS, occasional buggy. But we'll figure a way around it. And okay, back to this matchup between the Puck and the OD. Who really has an edge here?
It was not your fate.
This'll come in handy.
Haste.
Oh, he even stole the bounty rune and the haste rune. So, like you said, with the support rotation in, he might even get the courier snipe. Oh, courier snipe! There we go.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
But then again, what could he have done? Because like the courier was already so far out just to pass that region to, or the extra null to the Puck. So I don't think it was really much you could do in that situation. Okay. Oh well.
Mine. What have we here?
Okay, yeah, that's one thing they can also consider. But are you popping the shrine that early on when without support to help him? I don't know, it feels like the Puck, he has to win this lane by himself, regardless. Because right now they're putting a lot of emphasis on the side lanes, and especially when you have this Weaver aggro lane, they can actually accomplish a lot. But still, playing to the call is so annoying. Looking at the blast, he brought below half HP. Don't forget mana leak. Look at one top lane. Oh, he tried for he thought about baiting 2 Hoi up the stairs, and then he could have tried for a solo kill into the CM. But oh, hold on, Lina and Earthspit, they have found the Coddle. This should be first blood right here. One more right click. Oh no. You're kidding me. He gets out. Now they're gonna pop the blast. Looks like first blood's going the other way. Will they find the second? No. And okay, actually no. No real first blood going to anyone, but still diving way too deep, and WG Unity get punished for that. Infuriating movement speed. Top lane, the stun coming out. One. This Fury Swipe starting to pile up, but he's gonna salve him, and it looks like they're actually thinking about going back in. Their logic, he is alone. Nah. Looks like they won't go for the kill. But you were saying? Oh, hold on. Now Earthspirit comes in. Looks like they might be able to get the kill, but iLock, he really wants to commit for this, and chaining the stuns perfectly under the tier 1. One gets himself a big kill on the Ursa. So, EVOS. Yep. So, alright, EVOS really not able to do anything. And okay, I think we're just gonna swap to Skype instead. Discord doesn't seem to be working out. Alright, hello, hello.
Hello.
Yep, I think this is better.
Alright, well, Skype's known for being fickle, so let's hope it stays that way.
Let's hope Skype will be nicer to us than Discord at least. But 1-for-1, yeah, so far, like you said that EVOS from the draft, they really wanted to win the lanes and just snowball. But that doesn't seem to be happening because WG pretty much finding the edge. I mean, OD as well, and he has a couple more CS than the puck.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all of their cores are doing that little bit better. Their supports are taking a small hit, but that's because they haven't really found any rotations early. Whereas Evo supports have just been farming and like pulling in lanes.
Is it?
And it's all going to come down to like when Puck and Centaur get their ults up, and they can maybe start looking to make plays. Then that's when their window starts, and Centaur can have that in like 1-2 minutes. It's just up to like how they respond, because the Clockwork's really good at this game at counter-initiating. If he can see a gank coming from either of the cores and then be there to defend it, you can completely turn it around, and then the game gets completely tilted.
Would you consider the Crystal Maiden rotating around to try and gank mid, or do you think it like this puck is still okay to stay?
I don't think CM's enough. They need +1 at least for the OD. So he can just buy so much time on his own. It's only a level 1 silence on the puck, so he's going to astral himself, his team's going to TP in, and then you're going to be in the awkward position. Because at most you'll take half his health before he can astral himself, and then his team comes in. Unless you can make a play somewhere else on the map at the same time. But that's really hard to coordinate.
Doesn't seem like it's working out as well. When you look at WG.Y and these guys... Okay, hold on. Might be able to find a Coddle kill here. Gets the Bug Swarm out. That's a lot of damage. Oh, the Shikuchi damage is not going to be enough. Just barely. And he gets out with 37 HP. Alright, so... And look at the aggressive forward playstyle of Xiao as well. Over here, this lane is pretty much lost. And besides the puck lane, which is doing decently okay, the other lanes are just not doing well at all.
The Earth is basically the only one gaining from this. And then the puck goes even. Which, it's not too bad for them. But it just puts a lot of pressure on them, because they're going to feel like they have to get things done. You see them smoking as 4 now. It's so obvious when they're so far off the map for this long. And you know, they think they're smoking top, but...
Oh no, now they use the coil. But it's a nice kick, but unfortunately the damage is there, and Avil will find himself a kill onto WL. But when you lose the support like that and you break the smoke, I still think it's not that bad of a trade.
No, you'd actually rather have that, because then you reveal where they are. Weaver nearly gets his tower down.
Exactly.
And Meanwhile, your OD's completely free with his space. He just picks up his Midas.
Over the top lane, just playing around with this Ursa, despite having so far like the best CS. Hold on, bottom lane looks like the Stampede comes out and bringing Yang very low. They will get the kill here for the Coddle, but no, the Cogs, and Wen finds himself a kill. We're gonna try and pop that ultimate. Time lapse out, Xiang will be okay. Doesn't seem like he will be diving under the tier 1 for this Crystal Maiden. But Clock, oh no, all alone now, using that Cogs in the nick of time, looking for the orb up. Zip out, and looks like he may be able to find himself another kill with the silence. One more right click. Rams finds himself a good kill. Chuan, ooh, looks like they kill iLogic, punishing him for trying to go too hard on the Earth Spirit.
So overall, just more stuff going in Dire's favor. Their highest net worth hero on EVOS' side goes down, and they get a trade bottom lane, which, you know, it's offlaner for offlaner. It doesn't really matter that much. They stopped the tower going down, which is the main reason, but Weaver can pretty much come down once the lane gets pushed out and finish that off any time.
You bring a bloom of youth to these pallid cheeks, my lady.
Alright, for you guys on Twitch, don't worry, you will hear Mr. PQMZ's voice very soon. We did swap to Skype. Discord wasn't being nice. And okay, now over here we can see the bottom lane, everyone's just kind of converging. Maybe try and get some pressure onto this tier on top. But the hook shot comes out from one, very nicely done with the Swarm and the Battery Assault. Should be an easy kill here onto this poor Crystal Maiden.
What time is it?
And this is where the game is just like really hard for them. They're splitting the heroes across 3 lanes, trying to be efficient, and this is where Clock can punish them really easily. It's a low enough cooldown as well that by the time you look to get anything done, it's just up again. It's a very small window to punish, and they don't have the tools to do it yet. Centaur's working towards a blink, but he's going to take 4 or 5 minutes to get that at least. Puck's halfway there, but you know, it's still a few minutes away. They just need to buy time. And in that time, you just give up so much space. But the Clock already has a Midas. The supports are about to get level 6 on both heroes, and then it just becomes a lot harder to play the game.
So when we look at the Ursa to try and usually be a bit more active in finding kills, what are your thoughts on this Vlad's pickup coming up? Because usually you see, like, when they play the carry Ursa, it's usually like a Mask of Madness, or sometimes that Helmet of the Dom, or even just a Blink Rush.
I think he feels like he needs to have some kind of sustain, and maybe it's just his preference, but I think it's a game-losing item choice, because it sets their tempo at a different time to like how the game's actually going. They're probably thinking, okay, well, our Puck's going to have a blink around this time, right? But he doesn't. Instead, their Centaur might have a blink, but he doesn't. So it's like, now they're just waiting for items, and no one can really do anything. Yeah, and also, I think in these kind of games where the Ursa's like the single core, you want like Helm, Blink, Deso, because it actually allows you to hit towers, which is the most important thing with these kind of lineups. Sure, you can get kills for days, but what does it matter if you can't actually take objectives?
Yeah, I agree with you on that part especially. And he's gonna need so many items. That's why I was very skeptical on seeing the Vlad's pickup, especially since he's gonna need items like a BKB going into an Earth Spirit, Lina, and Clockwork as well. So yeah, so
it's
far
just a hard game.
it is a very hard game for EVOS. And Avil isn't that close to a blink. You can see that he actually just went for the casual cloak. Probably thought about going for the Hooded Defiance first. Young. Yeah, but I guess what they have going for them in terms of economy and distribution is that their supports are not as poor as WG supports.
But I feel like for a long time they're not going to have anywhere near as much impact. Sure, the net worth's in their favor, but would you rather have a CM or a Lina in this situation with 500 net worth difference? It's like nothing, right?
Yeah.
But Lina can kill any hero in conjunction with any kind of setup. CM, it's kind of all RNG on how the ult hits. And she's much less guaranteed lockdown against heroes like Weaver and OD, who can just get out of the the frostbite.
Top lane, they were considering staying around, but looks like they will find themselves a tower deny, unless WG does intend to bait the tower.
No, they've got all the vision through the wards, so they're in control of the situation. And the real winners, they just like ODs,
top tower
So
has
happy
been
with this
denied.
kind of game. He hasn't been touched. He just lets his Midas tick out. The longer the game goes, the more favorable they are. And the more items they get, the harder it is for EVOS to actually make the plays. It's like once 4-staffs start coming out, you can get people out of the Ursa melee range, and then it just makes the fights harder.
Indeed.
Like, OD already
Middle
has
lane,
this
they are
coming
thinking
out.
about going here into WL. They get the coil with a CM ultimate being committed for this, and he does die just at the very end of that Frost ultimate. So, wow, committing 2 ultimates for a support. You can tell the EVOS, they are getting a bit desperate. And okay, they
It's
do
a
get the
good-
Aegis.
That's really good for them though, because it's like they distract by going in mid lane, and their Ursa's doing Roche. Kind of sloppy for them to not check
Hold
it, I
on,
suppose.
Stampede
with the
going to the
clock.
top lane. They want to kill this Weaver, but do they have the vision? They put the sentry down. iLogic, he's going to be there. Oh, looks like he doesn't have the detection. Even popped the rage as well. Rams coming in, but it looks like WG could just regroup and try to go back for a fight. Or maybe not.
Shrine up, and then try and avoid the 5-man for now is their game plan. They have the Midases to like allow their heroes to scale, and then they just push out lanes, play safe, avoid the Ursa pretty much, and they're good to go.
I mean, considering that one as an offlaner has Midas as well, this is really bad. Oh, hold on, iLogic. The recall came in just in the nick of time, and he's going to find himself a very, very tasty clockwork.
You came too close to what is mine.
Just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
It's nice they can get those kind of kills before the Ursa finishes his blink as well, because you normally need that item for those recall setups, but credit to the Coddle, finding the angle. But these are all very small victories, and they need bigger victories for their lineup to work. The game doesn't look very bad for them at all now. They might even be leading in net worth, or at least be even. But
Oh, they are ahead.
it's
just by,
it's
like,
it's how
500.
much they can do with it. Once this game gets to the 30-minute mark, if they don't have Iraqs, they're going to be under a lot of pressure. They do have ways of manipulating the map through Coddle, and that gives you a lot of ways to outplay them. But it's just so heavy on execution, and it puts a lot of pressure on you as a player, and some people just falter under it. And a lot of the lower level teams struggle with it a lot.
Invisibility.
I think it's fair to say they're not tier 1 teams, right?
Well, yeah. Pretty
They're
much.
like in between, tier 2, something like that.
Struggling, yeah. They're kind of in that transition phase, trying to hit to the tier 1 level. But right now in C, that would pretty much be TNC. Who else? Happy Feet, maybe. Mineski
I'm on
and
about
Fnatic.
like globally, right? Like,
Yeah. Okay, globally, then these guys are like pretty much all tier 2.
yeah, so that's no disrespect to them.
Middle lane, they get the silence off, have casual invis in WL, they get a nice quick easy kill, and they use the magnetize for that. iLogic, he wants to go back in, but the Astral just in the nick of time, so he won't get any damage out. And well, he has a blink in a tiny bit. When they find themselves a very tasty CM, iLogic with the constellation kill into Yang, and if the kick looks like they will actually burn the Aegis out of here. But oh no, that's a beautiful blinding light. The Astral there, however, should be able to clean him off.
Can he rage yet?
I think so. They even put the cogs up now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, he's stuck in there. Of course, he gets the kick. And there's Insanity's Eclipse as well to boot. He won't even get any time to destroy the hook shot. Finding the Coddle, and actually this looks to be a disaster for EVOS as they lose 4 heroes for nothing and the Aegis.
And meanwhile, the Weaver's just pushing top, putting pressure on the tower. The Centaur wasn't in the fight at all. And now the arguably strongest window of the game, where Ursa has his blink in conjunction with the other 2 initiators, and they have an Aegis, is all just kind of, it doesn't accomplish anything. And now it's the Dire team setting
Hold
the
on to
tempo.
get the kick. 2 Hoi goes down in WG Unity. They started to kick things up a notch, and hold on, Avil getting the stomp and the double edge, but they can't kill the Weaver though. The coil catches into 2, but it looks like Rams, he's in a world of hurt as WL with that very casual kick, and this should be a tier 1.
And you see like how they feel pressured to do something there. They're going with their 2 heroes, but there's just no follow-up. No one was there to help them, and now the game's almost out of their grasp for the next, what, like 6 minutes until Roche is up?
But he did end up going for that Deso, like you talked about, saying that, you know, you need to hit objectives a bit quicker. And at least he's going for the Deso, but it really feels like he still needs that BKB. Otherwise, he's just going to get kited around. He can't go into anyone at all.
I think the BKB is the obvious fourth item, but I don't know. It's really awkward this game because you kind of need to rely on your puck to carry you throughout the fights. Hit the coils on the right kind of hero so you can connect on them, and then silence the heroes that can disrupt you. But that's a lot for one hero to have to do. For you to warrant not buying a BKB. I can see his reasoning though, because they need to get objectives at some point. Coddle is a hero that thrives on having an open map, so there's more space for heroes to move between. And then he can set up pickoffs, and he can push the waves in deeper, and he can stall the game out.
Hold on, the stun with the Laguna Blade. But no, look, the follow-up. He won't be able to get the kill onto the Lina today, but hold on, that Crystal Maiden ultimate will not be able to kill him. The hook shot to the back line, catching the puck, pushing back with the cogs. And will they be able to get a kill? Tron already getting 2 hard, so 2 heroes down, and the EVOS need to back out, losing 3. Will they lose a 4th? No, everyone else just backs out. And Coddle wasn't even there the whole time. He's still trying to build his way towards that Aghanim Scepter. And you can see the gold swing, another 1200 gold swing favoring WG, as they pretty much have a 6k gold lead, a proper gold advantage for the first time this game.
And I just feel like it's only getting worse at this point. Like, they have the vision under the tower that they dive for, but I think there were 3 heroes. As you said, Coddle's in a different lane, Centaur was back at base, and there's a tier 1 tower there. Like, if you don't one and done really quickly, the other team's going to respond.
Boom, there it goes.
And then you got punished for it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And now it's almost a situation where if they want to defend a tower that Warriors push towards, they have to do it with like 5 heroes. They can't just have Coddle and Puck sit behind and spam the tower, because there's so many ways for them to get initiated on. Mostly through the clock. But Earth Spirit can do it just as easily if they have any form of vision.
Oh, they used the scan. So they have an inkling of an idea that EVOS are kinda thinking about contesting the tower. They don't look too confident as one's just using the flares to constantly just get the lanes back in favor a bit, or at least trying to figure out where the rest of the enemy team are. So WG, they will just back out, don't want to take any unnecessary risks.
Yeah, there's no need for them to. They're in control of the game, just continue playing around their lead. They're getting much more out the map, they're setting the tempo of the game.
Not to mention they scale way better late as well with the OD and the Weaver compared to EVO's heroes.
Exactly. It's just like, this is the pace of the game they would have wanted, and it's very hard for the other team to upset it. Coddle having his Ags is like the biggest utility tool they can get, but right now it's not daytime for 2.5 minutes. So the item's irrelevant until that point. Sure, the constant spirit form's nice, but it doesn't really do anything for a 4k gold item, you know? You want the vision, you want the active heal, and that's their chance to start turning the fights again. They can get that in a clutch situation, maybe they can start winning fights. It's probably going to be around the Roche pit.
We'll see.
And that's like their one chance, I think. And I might sound really, really like pessimistic for them, but I've played these kind of drafts, I've seen how they go, and when you're this far behind, it really just feels like it's not even an uphill battle, it's like a straight wall. It's like 20 foot tall that you have to climb. It's how hard it is.
But I do see your reasoning behind the draft issues, and I actually agree with you in that sense. That right now EVOs, they're just kind of they have to break this wall somehow with that Coddle Ags, and to a certain degree, I can see why you don't like the Aghanims pickup. I feel like maybe even going for Greaves, this game would have been better. At least they can group up a bit more confidently.
Oh no, they definitely needed the Ag, sorry, but I'm just saying the item's irrelevant for 2 minutes, so the timing at which they got it, because they'd want the daytime before this. They'd want their like Puck and Centaur to make space, be able to use the Ursa, and then give space to Coddle so you can get it for like the 16-minute mark. I'm not criticizing the item, I'm just... they can't use it.
iLogic immediately gonna get recalled out. They did try for a smoke gank and they almost caught the puck, but not having the confidence and making sure they didn't have enough heroes to lock him down. So iLogic with the... Okay, he has enough money for the Deso right now, but he's more concentrated on trying to get out. Because right now the whole WG, they're just playing cat and mouse right now. They're just trying to find their prey. But iLogic looks like he's thinking about turning back in. He did pop the enrage. Nope, looks like they found him. Immediate blink out.
If they can stall for about 30 seconds and get the puck up here, they could actually take the fight.
It will be daytime soon, and that's going to be the key turning factor if they do decide to fight. But it doesn't seem like they will take the risk. Roshan should be up in a couple of minutes, in 1.5 to 2.
40 seconds, so that's pretty good for Evo because it's really, really early into the daytime, so they can stall around the pit if they need to. But if I was Warriors, I would probably just give them the Aegis. Like, it's not worth fighting into a position of the game where they can actually win a fight against you, because they have a lot of stuff around the pit. And as I said earlier, even though they're really far ahead in terms of gold, they still want skirmishes. They don't want straight out 5-on-5 fights, especially when Coddle Ags is in play. This might just be the best Ags in the game. It gives you vision, which is game breaking in itself, but the heal is 2 times stronger than a mech.
Oh no. Oh no, they found iLogic with the blade mail up. And of course getting the stun. They will kite this guy around the magnetize to the backline. 2Hoi and iLogic both about to go down. The U-Scepter to cancel the TP. They lose 2 for nothing. And WG, you said you wanted these quick skirmishes. They found it, they got it. Now to the bottom lane, looks like they're not done. They want to try and catch into Avil. The Stomp already being used. They're going to try and chase down this Centaur. He has a blink in 5 seconds. Can they chase him down? Nope, the flare doesn't cancel his TP. Of course, he's going to get recalled back. Looking for the silence. He's not going to be there, and he gets saved by his Coddle.
It's very, very small upside though. Like, even if Centaur lives, they still lose 3 heroes across the map. And there's no real long ultimates from Warriors Gaming for them to worry about. Like, it's not like they have a Ravage and they just blow right, to get 2 heroes and then you can say, okay, we'll go get Roche now. Their shit's all back up in 30 seconds. And I don't think they even need the Earth Spirit ult. It's way more important they have like the Clock Hook and the Lino. And now she also has a blink, so they have multiple ways to initiate. Like, they can just push in lanes and pretty much play 3 heroes, 3 different lanes to rotate between and get pickoffs.
Oh,
and
hold
it's
on,
really up to
WL
Evo
just going straight here into the Crystal Maiden with the Rocket Flare. The hook shot coming in. Right Cox, can he catch 2? It'd be really big if they can, but no. iLogic coming in with, of course, with the Coddle Blast. They find 1 and not popping the Rage. They're going to try and kill this OD. He's going to lay out their Sanity's Eclipse. Xiang killing off Tron, but Tron will pay for his life to iLogic. And 1 in between 3 heroes will die. It's going to be a 3 for 2 trade. Evo is actually winning the team fight, and Roche now back up. Ooh, this looks like a
little bit of 3-2-2 there. Going way too deep in daytime. Like, 2 of their heroes are farming the top lane as well. There was obvious lack of communication there.
Swarm's going to come out. Can they actually stall this Roshan? I don't think they will commit buyback to try and contest this. So it looks like they, if anything, they will just try and slow things down. Maybe even try for a lucky Roche kill, but I don't think they get it here. Sentry's out.
They could try for steal, but yeah, it's...
Sentry and everything. They have too many heroes there. If the silence, he will actually die. So, okay, Roshan, second Roshan of the game, going to EVOS.
Window number 2. And they're just about to finish next run of items as well. Like, Ursa's a few hundred away from BKB. Puck is looking for a Yules, which he's 500 away from. Cuddle nearly has a Force. Centaur's not really close to anything, but if you're going to ask for a window, then it's just about as good as they can ask for now. Because their Ursa's still in and amongst the top net worth. He's 500 away, which is astonishing considering how little control of the game I feel like they've had. It's probably mostly through the last few kills they got, but still. Now they actually, they feel really strong right now. So hopefully Warriors can recognize that and dodge accordingly. Because they still have just a scary amount of team fight. And if you disrespect it, then you're going to be in
top lane. They want to go here into the Ursa. Maybe at least burn the Aegis. Oh, nice Force Staff coming out. The Stampede. Can they kill this Ursa in the nick of time? If he loses the Aegis here, that's really bad. And it looks like they have to try and turn around. They do not have the Stampede this time. So if the Cogs pushing him back, looks like he's just going to die here. If anything, he may be forced to turn around and fight. He's not going to pop the BKB. He does not want to waste it. 10 seconds BKB. Too valuable here. So playing overly aggressive by farming here at tier 2. That was without anyone to save him. That was just really, really sloppy.
That's the sign of lower tier teams, right? This is their strongest window to, and I said it earlier, but this is like their biggest chance to upturn the deficit they've found themselves in. And they have 2 heroes pushing a tier 2 while someone's mid, and I think they're even showing bottom. I'm not 100% sure because I was watching the top lane, but I'm pretty sure they had heroes showing bottom. Which is okay if it's one hero and Coddle's top lane, but he wasn't. He was pushing another lane. So they might have got the Aegis through like Warriors making 1 or 2 mistakes, but that was a game-losing error, making that kind of play. And now they can get punished really hard for it.
Avil, he tried to cut the creep wave, but Young has found him, and now he's just going to force staff his way out. We'll see if one decides to try and make something happen here, but the tier 2 already falling low with that Deso, and not to mention Gemini attack from Xiang. So Young still trying to find that centaur, will not find him. He does get called out by the Coddle. So bailed out for now, but I don't know. Daytime coming up in a couple of minutes. And hold on, they want to try right here. Ooh, they found themselves a very big target. That's going to be very key as Vlysu goes down. But now Ursa going all the way in. The Astral save coming up from Tron. He's going to get a couple of hits in onto the Centaur. And now they're going to kill iLogic, who pops his own 10-second BKB. Collins at the cogs, force stab out. There's nowhere to go. Crystal Maiden ultimate just tears apart Xiang, and he will die. But Tron, that sanity's eclipsed. Extra right click, iLogic goes down. It's going to be pretty much a 3-for-1 trade overall throughout that skirmish.
Yeah, it still favors Warriors even though they lose Weaver. They won't be able to push off this, but it's just further cementing their lead.
So we'll look at the graph. It's almost a 10k gold lead going the way of WG. EXP wise, past the 10,000 mark already. And they may have to start resorting to more like rat daughter tactics with the Coddle. They need to abuse this a bit more, because right now they really can't clash with WG Unity head on 5v5.
Yeah, it's finally getting to that point. It's like the OD and Weaver are just one item too far up, I think. And the supports as well, like, they both have blinks. Lina also has a Yule, so there's just so many ways for the Ursa to not be able to connect on heroes. And if he pops his BKB, then there's Force Staffs and Clockwork can hook in and, if necessary, sacrifice himself to wait out the BKB. It's just too much room to play. And for them to change this, they, as you said, really need to like have the Coddle in good positions, wait for Warriors to split up, relocate the right heroes in, and then pretty much just play rat and hope for them to make mistakes. Well, you can't just hope for them to make mistakes. You have to push the lanes in, take some risks, and hope that they play into your plan. It's almost like playing chess now. You do this move, they respond with this move. You need to have something ready for when they respond.
So
and hope that they didn't.
2 steps ahead.
Exactly, and that's incredibly hard. Like, if you tell me whichever.
Oh no, he puts the ward down, he knows the Crystal Maiden's there, he gets the kick, he gets the silence, and the right clicks from the Weaver will just tear apart that Crystal Maiden as she sent back to the timer for 40 seconds, basically taking a quick break. But of course they have a very nice ward there, they know iLogic is there. Oh, he's gonna blink out immediately, getting the kick, looking for the hook shot. I'm not sure where they're going now, looking for the call. He needs to get some damage out onto iLogic and cancels the recall. He's stuck there, they found him. They may be forced to pop his BKB inside the trees as they are tired of this fuzzy wuzzy hiding the trees. Not gonna pay off this time. What a surprise. HY was wrong. And of course, with the Laguna Blade, Tron will get the right click. I thought the Laguna actually would have gotten that kill.
They find the Weaver bottom, so
no.
They at least get something out of the situation, but yeah, it's just the Tinkle wards making a huge difference. Just speaks to them like understanding the game, knowing that that's the only way they're gonna look to play this game. So get them set. And now they have a gem on Coddle, so they can at least secure their side of the map. But Warriors don't really have.
Try to go into the Centaur. And of course, he forced himself forward with the cogs as well and the Mana League. But hold on, OD is looking very angry, getting a couple of hits in onto Fly. So 2 hits brings him really, really close to death. And now it looks like Christopher is going to try use that big ultimate, but the Dagon coming up from Rams will finish him. Marvin Tron getting the double, killing off 2 4 as well. Feels like a sad game to be a Crystal Maiden actually. And now trying for the hook shot off the mark. Nice dodge with that phase shift. Oh, hold on. Young. He's thinking about going. He's popped the scan. They want to clean off this puck. I'm pretty sure they've seen him, but he's gonna blink out. He senses the danger. Oh, Caudle, you can't lose the gem here. You can't lose the gem. Not like this. Hookshot everything off the mark. He's gonna try for the optimistic TP out. Does optimism help? Yes, it does. It prevails, and he's actually just gonna get out. What?
The fog is really, really strong, and them not losing the gem there is much bigger than them losing the few heroes they did in the fight.
Especially when
this
you want
gives
to control
them
the vision, right?
so much chance.
Like, keeping the gem means it's easier for them to de-ward, and by denying WG that kind of vision, it makes it harder for them to respond to that kind of rat as well. So, just limits the options on WG, at least by keeping the gem.
Yeah, it's for long-term win, but short-term it's still an issue, because even if they have the gem, they still need to get in a position to use it. And they've got just under 2 minutes till nighttime hits, so they've got plenty of time to get a team fight, push a tower maybe, and with Centaur picking up his BKB and hitting the smoke, they could actually find them unawares maybe. That tower falling on its own though says something's up.
They've gone for smoke. And look, Centaur going straight into the Weaver. They pop the BKBs up at the... Ooh, that hookshot very awkward, but iLogic trying to go into WO will get the quick kill. It's been a 1-for-1 for now, but Crystal Bin ultimate, he will just get torn apart once again by Tron. iLogic gonna keep on going, but looks like without that enrage, he's just gonna die to the right clicks of the OD and that Weaver. So, a 3-for-2 trade. That team fight was over quickly, but hold on, it's not over yet. They've found the puck. Cogs pushing him all the way back. He's gonna go for the orb out. And when he's still looking, he's gonna keep on going that phase shift and the blink out. Ooh, all the way to the backline. Rams, wrong place. They're gonna keep on going with the hookshot miss. That Axe, it's such a short cooldown. Rams on the run. He needs to run. I'm not sure. Does he actually get out? Going for the recall. Oh no. Ooh.
That was clutch.
That shift recall. That was very, very perfect timing. I think it was like, if he didn't like shift there, he probably would have died.
He was dead. Oh well, he at least wouldn't get recalled, and then they wouldn't get this kill on Weaver. And...
What?
Yeah, I don't know. This game's clunky from both sides. Like it's not clean. Both teams making like a few unnecessary errors.
So it looks like Caudle's gonna have a bit of lag again. Well, they might have better luck when Tron ends up getting to that hex. You can see it's already in the quick buy. And that would be an even bigger item, especially against the puck. So far, he's been very elusive. They can't kill him off. But I feel like this Ursa, until he gets to Abyssal, he's going to have big issues in trying to get more kills after killing off a support.
Even then, though, I feel like there's enough ways to deal with the Ursa right now. They have 2 Force Staffs, they've got Astral, they've got Yules, they've got Stuns, they've got Time Lapse if it's Weaver getting caught. I feel like Ursa's just like, he's doing really well in terms of net worth, and his contribution in fights is almost always like sacrificial, because once he goes in, he's got no way of getting out, so you might as well make sure you get the kills. But then it's really up to like the rest of the team to use the space he's making. And Puck going for the Dagon, it's level 4 at the moment. I imagine he finishes level 5, which might bite him in the ass at some point, but with like the Spell Amp and the Dagon, it's at least netting them kills. Because Weaver's not that tanky right now. Like his item choices have been pretty standard, and then he goes for the Manta instead of the BKB, which is the greedy option. Because he feels like the silence is the only annoying thing, and then you can Manta the Centaur stun pretty consistently because it's got such a huge wind-up time, and it also gets rid of Blinding Light. But you only have 1 Manta a fight. You also only have 1 BKB per fight, but it negates them all for 10 seconds, so...
But at least with that right-click damage, you know, he's able to just weave in and out, taking care of squishies like the Crystal Maiden, the Caudle. But if you compare it to like Ursa, every time he kills the Elf Spirit, like that's pretty much been a standard pattern. And no one has, it seems like EVOS just don't have a solution yet for the OD.
No, and that's the hero I don't think they're ever going to have a solution to, because he's just been so fat the entire game, and it only gets harder and harder as the game goes on. Like, if no one on his team is around him and Ursa somehow catches him with none of his utility up, then sure he can die, but how reasonable is that? Well, no one else on his team really has like set stuns. Centaur's the only one that can lock him down.
We'll see if WG.Y squad are able to at least capitalize on this advantage. Yeah, we talked about how they can scale well late, but so far they haven't been too precise in the execution of the draft. And EVOS, this is actually much closer than I thought it would be, especially since you mentioned early on, like past the 30-minute mark, if they don't have a lane of racks, things are going to get very hard.
Yeah, I mean, credit to them. They're keeping their farm up, which is what's allowing them to stay in the game. But it's also just a few sloppy fights from both
Smoke
teams.
play coming out, looks like they will find themselves a quick Crystal Maiden kill once more. And they will not find more, but okay. Only losing your CM for that smoke. At least the rest of EVOS, they're able to push out the silence more confidently.
Yeah, it's not too bad for EVOS. But if Roche is for collateral from the CM dying, then it doesn't really matter who they would have killed, right?
Yep.
This Roche is extremely important for EVOS. Because sure, they can continue playing the split game, but if Weaver and OD get Aegis and Cheese respectively, then they're just going to walk down a lane, and you don't split push fast. You can shove the lanes in, but you don't kill towers. And it's the opposite for the Weaver can kill towers.
Alright, so they get themselves an Aegis and Cheese. Things don't look good as EVOS pretty much might be losing that tier 2 very soon, but this split push it's quite annoying. Like right now if you're EVOS, you're probably like okay with the way the lanes are, so it's not so bad. It gives them a bit more time. But we'll see if they can somehow maneuver and try and find at least one pick off in between. It's like a very narrow timing window right now for them.
Yeah, it's just got to read the map well. And I wish I could say something like more entertaining for you guys, but it's how the game's gonna be. Coddle, Weaver, Coddle and Puck, they're just gonna push out lanes with their spells, and then it gets to a point where someone shows, they have to be in position to get the pick off. If they aren't, then chance gone. And you're gonna get one of those chances every minute or two. Providing the other team doesn't just 5-man. Because what they're doing now is pushing their lanes out to a point and grouping up. Because I think they realize they don't want to get drawn into the rat game. Because they have heroes that can catch them, but they're strong right now. The only thing they're really missing is OD's Hex, because he went for the BOTs instead to deal with the rat. But other than that, they're all pretty much good to go. Like Lina finishes an Axe.
Okay, what's WL trying to do? I realize he's been just rolling around trying to break trees here and there. Is this like a tactical thing, or is this... I don't even know.
I mean, it's a 4-second cooldown, so if you can get in a slightly less expected position that's closer to your cores and not in vision of the lane, it just puts you in a better position.
This'll come in handy.
Ooh, they might bump into each other. Rocket Flores scrubs them out. All of Spade, you need to get out right now. Going for the silence to get the kick. He's gonna pop that BKB. Of course, the hook shot's gonna be off the mark. Interesting that he went for the BKB. I mean, I saw the Aghanim's was in his quick buy for the longest time, but I guess it makes sense seeing as you're going up against like an Elf Spirit, and so far he's always initiating.
Yeah, it's either or really. I think BKB is a much more selfish choice, so it's going to enable him to actually get his stun off in fights.
Oh, they found the puck. They get the silence with the Laguna Blade. Quick and easy kill. And they want to find another tower.
That's huge. That's probably the biggest kill they could find. This hero is half the reason they're able to do what they're able to do in fights at the moment.
Blinding Line's going to help them out just a tiny bit. Hookshot off the mark. But the Coddle Blast, they can provide a bit of issue here, trying for the kick, but unfortunately just a bit too slow. And Xiang is going to keep on going against this tower, but they were going to get a bit of chip damage out, waiting for the next creep wave. A whole minute without the puck. He has buyback, doesn't want to use it, but with the Coddle, this will be a very slow siege.
Yeah, I think he only buybacks if they jump into the base. Which is what they want to do, they want to force for buyback. Sieging at this point is awkward, because they probably know he has buyback. So they don't want to dive too deep without a get out plan.
He stepped up
This
into the
is
kick, but
okay.
hold on, the hook shot into the backline. He's isolated iLogic, forcing out the BKB. That's huge. With the Laguna Blade, they want to kill 2 Hoi off ASAP. Now the buyback up from Rams. Oh, that's so unfortunate, but the bash. Can we get another bash into the OD? He's going to force stab down to the low ground, but the Dagon's going to finish off WL. And this is where WGD need to back out right now. Chun, Astrals himself, does he have a blink? Dump, he gets out looking for the TP, but it's daytime. You're in a vision, the coil's going to break the TP. He will die. That's godlike streak going to the Coddle. Huge amounts of gold, and suddenly out of nowhere, Coddle almost has a Hex.
I mean, he's been farming shit tons. You know, this is what this hero does. And they played the start of that fight really well, where they hooked onto the Ursa, forced out, blinked in with a few heroes, and they tried to force a buyback. And then I think they saw that the situation looked good, and kind of forgot the whole, okay, Puck's gonna buy back and screw us. Which is exactly what happened, because then they went too deep. And I think if they'd have stood and fought, they'd have had more of a chance than if they tried to scapper like they did.
Oh, trying for the Laguna Blade, but now looks like it's over. Goodbye, Young. That bit of mischief is going to cost him, and looks like they've actually may have found Xiang. Rocket Flare going to scout things out. So they will know that EVO's up on that cliff. Do they think about trying to go here onto one? This game
this
is
is,
Tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Dire's
they threw pretty hard twice.
And Aegis has just expired.
Dire's middle
They
tower
still have
has
cheese,
fallen.
right? No, OD used it. So, no more advantages through Roche until the next one spawns. And now it's approaching the point of the game where the lane equilibrium matters way more than your fight capability. Because if you can force a lineup to not stay as 5 heroes when they're pushing because of your base getting hit, then you can manipulate the map and engage with a numbers advantage, and this is where Coddle shines. And why he was first picked for vast majority of this patch. If you get in this situation, he can stall the game for you, and then he can convert the win. I'm not confident they'll be able to do it, but they've proven me wrong on their ability to stay in the game multiple times.
Oh, Xiang won't have enough damage to kill Avil, but you know, it leads to future premonitions in case they want to make sure that someone's there. You need something to cancel TPs. So, alright, let's talk about talents for now. Like, we haven't talked about that yet. Already level 25 on this Weaver. And that extra movement speed with the Shikuchi is just absolutely funny to watch sometimes.
Yeah, there's no choice on his talent at all.
Yeah. OD plus 60 seconds on the Arcane or Mintel Steel though. Would you not go for like spell amplification instead?
If you look at how the game's going, it's mostly like this pick off into a team fight at a base, if there ever is a team fight. So the duration's probably a bit more relevant. And sure, spell amp works on his orb, but that's all it's like. It's not that big a deal. If you can keep the int, it's way more damage in fights.
So we look at the Ursa, 25 damage, attack speed. I think this is one of the first times I've seen an Ursa go for like plus 15 movement speed over the 250 HP.
I think that just speaks to him getting kited all the time. Like,
true.
the health's not gonna help, so... I mean, I think that any movement speed talent below like 30 is kind of garbo, but...
Yeah, that's what I was
if
thinking
it helps
as well.
him connect once, then it's worth way more than 250 health. So in this situation, you can understand it. But overall, the talent's shit. For a level 20 talent, like, what the fuck, man? 15 move speed? It's not even a win lace. If you compare the gold, like, it's a Vit booster against not even a win lace.
Oh, Crystal Maiden just barely TP'd out. Like, they were like, something's wrong, and they just broke the trees. They saw the Crystal Maiden, but they TP'd out just at the last second. Man, this is really like a game of cat and mouse right now, hide and seek. And WG.Y squad have their work cut out because, like you mentioned, that Coddle split push is just so annoying to deal with, and the creep equilibriums as well. It's not like even if they push one lane in, 2 lanes are always being pushed out.
Yep, and that's where it starts to require like a lot of teamwork. And now this Ursa's, for the first time, I think in the entire game, top of the net worth, or at least ever since the laning stage divulged. And he's picked up a defusal, so a few less ways to kite him now. There actually aren't any Ghost Scepters in play, so it's purely for the slow.
Alright, dude. I want to talk about the Puck's talents now. That level
Sure.
20, that level 25 talent. I'm not even sure. You can't call it shit. That's actually really strong.
No, I mean, you only ever go gold, though.
If you're behind.
No, I think regardless, like, the orb speed is nice, but you've played Puck without it for how long's he been in Dota now? Like 10 years? 12 years? I'm not sure how far into
About
it he
that
came
long.
out, but
Money to burn.
you know, people have played without that for a long time, and I guarantee you'd rather have buyback, another item, especially at this stage of the game where gold it's not easy to farm because right now they don't know what's happening, so they don't want to show on the map. They're fearing the smoke gank as opposed to the Roche, and they have no scouting tools. And it's also not daytime for them, so it's risky. So in this time, he probably got 3/4 of that 420, as opposed to nothing on the other talent. And the items are definitely what's going to carry them through this game, because he needs to replace like 2 of his items if this game goes late.
He's going
Like
for an
Valen
Ethereal Blade. Like, do you think the Ethereal Blade's really that good of a pick, like compared to Hex? Because right now they're trying something I would say risky. They're going for a smoke, and seeing as
This is
WG
really
just took the
smart, though.
rush.
Because they think they're going to split up and it's just about to hit daytime. So they have the vision.
Oh, they find themselves one quick kill. That's the Aegis down. That's really big. And now they're going to keep on going. Who's the next target? Looking at that OD, very ham. But oh my god, WL going to get immediately torn apart by the Puck and the CM ultimate. iLogic, he wants to kill someone, but caught inside the cogs. And a Vil. He needs to force staff that Ursa out. Ursa. Oh no, I heard the cheese being eaten. And that's actually going to be the Puck now for the hookshot. Oh no, the blinding light pushing him back. But still not going to be enough as a Vil will die. And Gem on the floor, Yang. Wait, Crystal Maiden actually died to Yang. And now he's just going to blink out to the north. He's gonna be okay. That's like what, 3 for 2. Yeah, the Weaver lost Aegis, but still, this pretty much means that they have a chance to siege the high ground at long last.
It's so sad because like they played that perfectly to start with. They got second most impactful kill. They got the Aegis as opposed to like the OD. But then they stuck around, and because they stuck around like in a almost clump, it was just so easy for like the Sheepa's vision, and then
oh, the hookshot, hold on,
just
catches the Puck. The buyback's gonna come out from iLogic, and Tron, what he actually consider here, but oh no, iLogic going in straight. Double coil, yeah, the use up is saving his teammate for now, but the Laguna Blade kills off Rams. Going to be forced to buy back here. I think he might be forced to buy back. Trion BKB gonna expire in just a tiny jiffy, but looks like they want to go straight for this. Lina immediately kited and eaten up by that Ursa. It looks like they're gonna try and find him. Not blinding light will not be able to push him down. So that's gonna be the OD TPing out to safety just barely, but they lose to tier 3 and the melee barracks. Gem on the floor.
that's not ideal for them, but they got the racks, so it's the first major structural damage in the game. 1 racks doesn't really matter though. It's going to make it a tiny bit more annoying for Ursa to push out the lane, but other heroes can do it.
This game going on much longer than we thought. That's for sure. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
EVOS was like, we were thinking, okay, these guys won't be able to hold on that long, but hold on, they're trying to go for the kill here onto Blaisu, looking for the barriers. Oh, the Hex! And now they roll in, and he's actually brought someone into with him. A WL getting baited, and looks like they want to hunt for a bit more. They want to find one. They already go for the Mana Leak. The Stampede's gonna be there. He's gonna hookshot away, using that Lotus up to debuff the Mana Leak, and looks like he will be okay. But they're still looking for. They're on the hunt. Oh, they popped the BKB onto Sean. He really wanted to take the safe way out, and that's it. He gets out just nicely.
Yeah, I mean, if you look where the lanes are, it doesn't matter if he BKB's there because they can't really punish it in the next 40 seconds. So, way more safe than sorry, and you can't blame him. I mean, at this point, you can talk about the whole theory of who's better late game, but it all comes down to whoever finds a fight that's more favorable for them. Like, when EVOS took the Aegis fight, it was super favorable how they initiated, but then they stuck around too long and kind of gave their entire advantage away. Because they went from being set up to killing one hero to like not really being sure what's going to happen next, and then the element of uncertainty and so it made it look a lot worse for them.
Would they have been able to kill the clock though early on? Like, he has a heart. I just realized he has a heart.
The clock?
Yeah.
Did he just pick that up?
I think so. Because I'm like, wait, what? Why does he have 3600 HP? And then they're like, oh. And that's gonna be a travels very soon. He's gonna upgrade that. Everyone's getting
Midas
farmed.
paid off for him. And then they've been making a lot of use of this hero in fights. Like, he's done an amazing job of locking the Ursa down. Almost every time the Ursa connects on a hero, you see the clock hook in, force staff the hero he connects on away if they aren't BKB'd, and then cog the Ursa in. And I feel like I have never seen this Ursa use overpower to hit cogs. It's 3 hits, and then you get out. I don't think I've seen him do it once this game. He just sits in the cogs every time. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, please.
No, I don't think so.
I don't want to flame him, but I feel like he's never hit cogs, ever.
I think that's actually a good thing, because like you said, he has been key in the fights. That he's been very persistent in making sure you keep the Ursa inside, and that's why he goes tanky, so at least he doesn't die. And because of the short cooldown on the Ags as well, he can just go into the next target, and it's very quick. And I think that was pretty much the logic behind the clock pickup in the first place.
Yep. This hero is very annoying for melee heroes to deal with, and he got the farm this game to be able to have the Ags and the Force and the extra impact in fights. Just every item he's had, I mean, the Blade Mail's not had the most impact, but it's annoying if nothing else.
Would you consider
Every
a
other
halberd
item
though?
has been huge. Halberd?
Yeah, I'm like if maybe you take out the Blade Mail, you get a halberd.
I think you'd rather just get a Hex.
Oh, that's true. Hex is gonna be really
I mean,
big.
what? Halberd is like... It's 2,000 less, but... In that window where you could farm the 2,000 gold, are you actually going to make use of that item? Ursa can enrage it off, I believe. He can definitely BKB it off. So... I don't think Halberd's a good item at all. I think you'd rather just get Hex, or probably BOTs as his next item, because of the... having to swap the TP in. Unless he really feels like another item makes a difference. The next big item, I think, is the Refresher on OD. And there's also Ags on Earth Spirit. Both of those are ginormous pickups.
Oh.
If he wants to forgo buyback, the Earth Spirit has it now.
Smoke from WG, and Crystal Maiden just walked under that ward. This is the pick off. Well, losing the Crystal Maiden, using a smoke for that Crystal Maiden actually almost gets out too. Will die to Trion, and that's gonna be plenty. Obviously, not say plenty, but a bit of intel going the way of that OD. So you can see that level 25 talent, plus 60 seconds on the Arcane Orb Intelligence Steal, starting to slowly pay off. And the top lane is actually being pushed in, so they can try for the top lane siege.
Yeah, this is the best position the lanes have been in for like 10 minutes. 2 lanes pushing in. The only lane that is being pushed in, like the tier 2 stalls out at least another 10 seconds, so they've got way more siege time. And it's only creeps hitting their base. And they might not know this, but CM doesn't have buyback. So they're 4v5, and it's also daytime in a minute. So they have a full minute where there's like way less of a threat than normal.
So WG gonna try and siege, just the blinding light pushing Xiang back. They know that he's the key source of siege damage right now for the side of WG, and if they get the blinding light onto him, that makes a huge thing. You'll step up into there, break the Lincolns. They have enough damage on the mana leak. Very, very annoying onto Weaver, but the Lotus Orb's gonna dispel that. So yeah, this is gonna keep on going on and on and on. This game doesn't look like it's ever gonna end.
One ginormous team fight will probably decide it, where both teams buy back and then keep fighting.
Oh, I logic, he blinks into the BKB. He needs to get out right now. That's gonna go off. That's a big time, but okay, short cooldown. They need to stall for another 50 seconds.
I don't know if it's enough, but they are probably more scared of like the CM being up and daytime hitting than they are of Ursa not having BKB. But
they're gonna try for
the other lanes aren't really being pushed out, so they can stay here. There's no reason for them to back out. Lina also has a Hex, by the way.
EVOS are not gonna wait to put the ward down. I think they want to go right now. Oh, beautiful coil. Beautiful stun. And the 3 heroes immediately taking out Yang. And that's going to be 2 heroes down. With this Crystal Maiden ultimate coming out. The BKBs are expired. Looks like they will already lose the OD. The Hex up. What a play coming out here from EVOS. They take out 3. Will they find the 4th? They want to kill Xiang, but actually no, they will just content themselves with one just very, very tanky Clockwork. Blinding Light with the Hex. He's just going to get chain stunned and dead. Down he goes. Wow, that flank maneuver, the smoke coming out from EVOS. WG.Y squad did not see that coming.
No, they definitely didn't, and that was like the best initiation you could ask for. Centaur hitting all 3 backliners with the stun. 3 heroes dead before the fight can really be reacted to, and
oh, they want to find the Weaver. Can they kill the Weaver? They already broke it. Oh, okay, their Shikuchi speed proving a bit too much. They need to get the Hex. Where's the secondary Hex? Oh, they're hexing him up right now. They need to go for the stun. They use the mana leak, pushing him back. They use up into the air. Bang, stomp. Now they chain everything done perfectly, and the Weaver gets brought down. What a disaster right now for WG Unity.
down mid, boys.
All mid,
OD
all mid.
might be up by the time, but they can hopefully get a Weaver buyback. And then, as I said, the game's just in full chaos. Anyone can win.
Wow.
Looks like Puck has an Axe as well, and this is a really, really annoying item to play into, especially when they've been relying on Force Staffs a lot of the time. They're actually prioritizing Roche over the push, which I can understand. Because Ursa can still feasibly pick up the Aegis.
Dire's turret has been
Cheese is still useful for probably Centaur.
They get a courier snipe. Wait, where did they get the courier snipe?
I think they were scouting the...
Oh, Lena, they're gonna pop the Stampede for that end scroll with the BKB, with the Hex. Oh, instant Dagon kill, and they get the Aegis plus Cheese.
That's so huge. Like, Lena has no buyback for 200 gold, and this hero has so much impact in the fights.
Especially when you want that huge Laguna Blade Axe nuke. And yeah, back to your point about the Puck Axe, I think it's an underrated item as well, especially since I believe with the Axe it bypasses BKB.
Yeah, it's spell immunity is no longer an
Oh
issue.
no, they're going straight for the OD. The hook shot's gonna come out with the Dagon. They almost kill him off, turning him to stone. The save from the Earth Spirit. He's gonna be there, and he's actually just gonna blink out. They now on Hex into the Earth Spirit. Can they kill him off with the double edge? He's not gonna die here. And now the Crystal Maiden ultimate looks like they'll try to go into one as to bring him down. And I think one should be going down right here right under the tier 4s. And this will be the tier 3 tower.
They valued the Weaver buyback so highly there. Like, they dove into the base really deep, but he did not want to buy back with like 10 seconds left.
They want to keep on going. Run out with the Stampede. Will they think about going back in? Daytime should be expiring, I think, in 30 seconds. So they have to take this tier 3 tower at least. Oh, they want to keep on going. Can they kill the Weaver here? If they kill the Weaver here, they'll be really big. But it looks like they may actually just go straight for the Earth Spirit instead, who does get out. And now they get the clock buyback. Chion thinking about going back in the Hex onto the Crystal Maiden with the Laguna Blade. Can they kill him off? Logic needs to get out with the hook shot. They will break the Aegis. But I think they wanted. I think about going back in. Oh, the Hex onto the OD with the cogs pushed out from the blinding light. And now they want to keep on going with that. Oh, very nice coil. Can they kill Chion? They need to kill Chion. I don't think they can. Yes, one more right click. Oh no, turn to stone. He's gonna be saved by the Earth Spirit one more time. W over the plays. Oh, what is happening? Is iLogic the B can be caught inside with the cogs again one more time. It looks like he will finally go down. 3 heroes down. 2 with buyback. Crystal Maiden no buyback on her part, but they don't lose the racks. That's the big key thing as they hold the siege.
More importantly, they kill the Ursa, and if they can force a buyback and make some kind of play now, then it's looking really, really grim. Just because like OD's about to get a refresher and have buyback.
I don't even...
That is a really scary point of the game.
Can we just take this moment to appreciate WL's saves? He's done it twice now already by saving the OD from the skin of death.
Yeah, that was fight winning for sure. Because if OD has to buy back, then he doesn't feel confident. Like,
oh, Ramsey, they're gonna get the buyback out into the Ursa. They want to go back in, using that coil into one here. They need to kill off. Okay, get the Hex. Oh no, but the Lotus Orb, the missile bit countered. I think they want to go. They kill off Ramsey. He'll be forced to buy back right now. Centaur, does he buy back? No, yes, he buys back as well. They're breaking the bank. They want to hold this second lane of barracks. Nice rock coming in, hitting onto 2. But looks like they want to try to go for 1. That seems to be the wrong target. He's going to get pulled back up by WL. This Earth Spirit having the game of his life.
the late game of his life for sure. He's making a lot of saves. And it's only going to get easier for him when people know there's no buyback on a certain hero. You commit on that hero with like everything you have, and one blink, stone, that hero can live, and then you can turn the fight.
2 minutes and 20 seconds to the next daytime. They won't have that Caudal heal, but at least they will have the blast. The creep wave's not exactly in their favor just yet, but they're pretty close. They're pretty darn close.
Yeah, nothing's going into their base, so they can just play the like standoff game where they keep the 2 lanes pushed in between mid and top, and bottom is going to push itself out. Ideally,
they are going to try and replicate that success with that flank maneuver.
they know though. Like,
WG knows what's going on. They see him. Oh no, the hex. Oh no, he needs to get up the hex. Chain hexes coming onto Ursa. Ursa's caught inside the cogs. With the B, can he heal? He did use this for a while. Use up jump into the 2-point. Can he get the ultimate off? I don't think so. He's going to enrage and just run away from this one. Of course, Sean being safe there. And actually somehow, I don't even know why no one's really dying. Okay, now he's going to hook out. One, finding the Ursa. Can he kill the Ursa here? He doesn't want to die here. He cannot die here. He does on the buyback, and now they pop the secondary shrine. And of course, no, getting a stomp onto the Earth Spit. Will he die here? Oh, the blinding light, very, very nice. Catching into 4 heroes, and Alex is going to blink back in. And now looking at the Weaver, not really able to get any real damage off. One, oh, nice, beautiful stun coming in from Young, but the right clicks won't be enough though. Rams looks like he's gonna let it die back 2 minutes without the puck. Suhoi very, very low. And it actually looks like WG Unity have found their opening to actually secure themselves this game as the Weaver just rats the top lane of Barracks. And they will find themselves deranged as well as iLogic did clean up Young. He's gonna try to go straight for the Weaver, catching him inside the cogs. Him against the world, blinding light saving him. This is what I talked about, but unfortunately it looks like he will be dying here. And without him, this looks to be GG as WG Unity. I think they've just taken game 1. I think it's safe to say that. Because right now, Centaur also going down as well. They called it GG after 63 minutes. Holding on way longer than we thought.
Yeah, that was an impressive hold from them, but I think this is, at this kind of level, you normally get scrappier games. And due to that, like having the Caudal was probably the most valuable thing in their draft. It stalled the game, let them play a lot differently, and they scared a lot better than I thought they would, to be fair.
Indeed. So, and it's hard to imagine that that was only game 1. So, okay, looks like we'll be taking a quick break as we enter the game 2. Really, really well played coming out from both these teams. Of course, my name is Hades, and with me, my co-caster PQMZ. We'll be taking a quick break. Don't go anywhere, guys. You don't want to miss the rest of this series. We'll see you guys with game 2 in the quick jiffy. See you guys soon.